The Israeli siege continues in the Gaza Strip, dropping bombs that do not discriminate between the Palestinian resistance and the civilian population. Our teleSUR correspondent Huda Hegazi brings us more details.
Me encuentro ahora mismo en la vivienda de la familia Nofal, una de las viviendas las cuales ayer Israel bombardeó.
I am now in the house of the Nofal family, one of the houses which yesterday Israel bombed in the Rafah governorate in the area of Tal al-Sultan in the east of the Gaza Strip. As we can see, this house has been heavily bombed by two failures of the Israeli occupation. In this house, there were at least 15 Gazans, and unfortunately, they all lost their lives. We are talking about 15 Gazans died yesterday due to this bomb. Most of them were children and women. As we can see the big destruction, these two missiles that have fallen to this house that was formed by 5 plants, and the last 2 floors have been completely destroyed. As we can see on the screen, everything is completely destroyed. Israel has left nothing. To this fact, everything is destroyed. But unfortunately, these massacres cannot be reported so that the world knows what atrocities and crimes Israel makes against the civil population, against the children. What is the fault of the children who died yesterday because of this bombing, finding themselves in their homes sleeping in a quietly way? We must highlight that this home is in the area of the teleSUR in the Rafah's governorate. This governorate, which Israel alleged was a safe area, especially the area of the teleSUR, which belongs to the area of Al-Mawasi, the Rafah's governorate. But unfortunately, as we can see, there is no safe area in the Gaza Strip, nor less in the Rafah's government, despite the fact that Israel had alleged that these areas were safe and are surrounded by people, and the Gazans have left different governments to come and take refuge here, these areas of the Rafah governorate. As we can see here on the ground, there are remains of missiles. There are remnants, shrapnels from missiles of the Israeli occupation army. This is what falls to the children, to the civil people who live in this neighborhood. This is the remains of missiles of the army of the occupation of Israel, so that everyone can witness that this is what Israel throws at the civil population. To these innocent civilians who live in their homes without committing any crime, just because of the fact of living here in the Gaza Strip. Now we will talk to one of the families who live in this neighborhood. I would like you to tell us what happened last night and who live in this house.
Last night, some displaced people arrived from Khan Yunis, from Gaza, and from Jabalia, because this is supposed to be a safe area. Everything was fine. Suddenly, at night, at around 11 o'clock, the bombing started. We started to see people shot by the explosion. They were flying everywhere. 12 martyrs fell because of the bombing, and the wounded. That's the only thing we saw that happened suddenly. We didn't notice anything else, as you can see. We were getting ready to sleep. That is, we were getting ready to sleep, and not even 10 minutes passed while we were looking for a place to sleep, and the attack happened. We were surprised. We didn't know anything. My house was full, on the second floor. There were 30 people from Khan Yunis. From my direct family, there were 10 people. My apartment was 2 rooms and a bathroom. My brother was the same. They are members of the same family, cousins who are displaced from Gaza, and the same thing happened to them that made them move. They escaped death, and they found it here. This is what I know of what happened. I have no knowledge of anything else. There was no one from the resistance here. This is a quiet house. We hid here and asked for God's grace. The displaced people who came also the same. They thought they were safe. They had no relation with anything that is called resistance. They were workers, other officials of the Palestinian Authority in Ramallah. That is, they had nothing to do with the Hamas. That's all that happened. In this house, there was no one related to anything dangerous.
And were there any children? How many people were there? As we can see, the family is in complete shock. They did not expect this bombing because, as Israel had claimed, that this was a safe area, and even their relative had come from Khan Yunis governorate to evacuate in Rafah governorate. They were in the house and believed that it was a safe area. But unfortunately, as we know, Israel lies in all the statements it issues, and there is no safe area in the Gaza Strip. We have been assured that there was no one belonging to the Palestinian resistance. They were all innocent civilians, and Israel proceeded to bomb them directly. And this shows the criminality, the brutality of the army of the Israeli occupation to kill innocent civilians who have nothing to blame. And this must be useful for the world to condemn and punish the actions that Israel is committing here in the Gaza Strip.